Hey everyone, Melissa here. Welcome to my channel if you're new here, or welcome back if you've been with me before. I'm coming to you from the beautiful lands of Nosara, Costa Rica, and this is a yin-inspired practice, a full body release. So there's no standing postures. We're going to stay low to the ground with ample amount of space to be able to drop into the postures, the shapes, drop into our breath, into our bodies, and invite in that release and that spaciousness and ease and opening. So a block will be helpful. If you don't have blocks, then you can also use a pillow or a couple of pillows or a couch cushion. Just use whatever you have around the house, just something, so that it's nice to bring the floor up to us in some of the postures so that we could fully rest and receive and stretch open and get into the fascia and the tissues and open up the channels in the body so that we could fully receive in a really nice long Savasana, ending the practice in gratitude. If you like the practice, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, share it with your friends so we can get some quality yoga out there into the world for those that might need or want the support. And if you want to stay connected, you can sign up to my love letters, just my email list down below. I just write to you different offerings and musings and inspirations. And I am also leading a yoga retreat for the women here in Nosara, Costa Rica in February of 2026. And more information is just below. Would love to have you if that sparks some curiosity or it feels in alignment. Don't hesitate to reach out. So get into something really comfortable for this practice, and let's get this practice started. Let's begin today's practice in a comfortable seated position. So you can either just sit on the ground, seated on your sit bones. If you prefer to kneel, you can sit on your knees and maybe have like a bolster between the legs. I'm going to prop my hips up on a block. You can do that as well, or on a bolster, so that you feel comfortable, so that you can find that ease as we begin this full body release yin practice, yin inspired practice. So once you find your position, your comfortable seated position of your choice, you can close down your eyes or just soften your gaze. And let's invite in one deep cleansing breath to clear the space. So exhale your breath through your nose. Inhale your breath through your nose. Let your belly, your ribs, and chest fill up completely. And exhale out through the mouth. Release, let it go. Let all the air go out. And then come back to your position here and notice your spine. So you want to sit up tall. Just relax the shoulders down and away from the ears. You can relax the elbows. Your palms could be either up or down. Grounding is invited when the palms are down. When the palms are open, we're inviting in receptivity and openness. So see which one fits best for you today in this moment. Just start to land into your breath. Land into presence, breathing in and out through the nose. And just notice how you are experiencing your breath. Soft, easeful, fluid breaths. Arriving into our practice, slowing everything down, shifting inward. And perhaps you'd like to set an intention for your practice today. Maybe the intention is surrender or release or spaciousness. Whatever feels authentic and real to you, maybe it's presence. Anchor we're anchoring in deeper into our breath, we can start to gently drop the right ear to the right shoulder for a neck stretch. Just go to your point of resistance, and we'll let just gravity do the work here for us. You can stay with your hands on your thighs, or if you'd like, you can take your left hand behind your back and take your right hand and hold on to your left hand. You can clasp the hands together. Just relax the shoulders. So you're not pulling the neck down, you're just letting the weight of the head invite in that gentle stretch in the left side of the neck. Use your exhales to release the tension. Just release, head back to center, unravel the arms if you had them clasped, and we'll just drop the left ear to the left shoulder. Find your point of resistance and just pause there, breathe into it. If you'd like, you can take your right hand behind you to your left side of your waist, and then left hand can clasp to the right hand. Gently relax the shoulders, feel that release. Just use your breaths, let the weight of your head take you deeper into the stretch rather than pulling or forcing yourself. Center, unravel the arms, relax your shoulders, and if you're sitting on props or bolsters or blocks, just remove the props. We're going to shift into a half butterfly pose. So you're going to keep your left knee in if you're on your sit bones, come onto your sit bones if you're not there, and extend your right leg out to the side. So half butterfly. Your left foot is into the inside of the right inner thigh. And we're gonna invite in a side stretch into this one. So you can have a block, if you have one, you can place it on the inside of your right leg on whatever setting, just depends on how open you feel today. And we're just gonna hinge the right side body towards that extended right leg. And you can just have your arm rest on the leg if you'd like. Your left hand can come to the hip and open up the chest. The chest stays open, shoulders are soft out of the ears. Or if you feel like the leg is too far, you can take your forearm to your block, like this. You can also create a support for your head by placing your elbow on a block or on the ground and rest your head in your hand. Your left hand could stay on the hip, or if you'd like, bring the left hand behind the back of the head, or you can extend the left arm up and over. So you choose your position. Whichever shape or expression, variation you can hold here for at least a minute. Maybe you soften your gaze or close down your eyes and drop into your breath, feeling that opening in the waist, in the left side of the waist, the left side body, and the hips, and the inner line of the right leg. And just notice the difference between effort and surrender. for a moment. Just let the energy flow and readjust. You can feel it in the left side body and the waist. And then we'll do a simple switch with the legs. So you're going to bend your right knee this time, extend your left leg. Your right foot is to the inside of the left inner thigh. And then take your block, if you use it on the other side, put it on this side and the inside of the left leg. And start to choose your variation. So lean your left side of your body towards the extended left leg. Left arm could be on the ground, right hand could be on the hip, chest is open. So it's as if you're spiraling your heart up towards the sky. You're rooting down through that right sit bone. Or maybe the forearm is on the block, or maybe you create that headstand. And your right hand could also be behind the back of the neck, or right arm up and over. So you choose your expression. You can close down your eyes. You can just drop into the softness and ease of your breath. Just feeling that stretch and opening in the left line of the leg. Relaxing the groin, breathing into the right side body, right side of the waist. For a moment here, just feel the flow of energy. Okay, we're going to remove the blocks and we're going to prepare for Sphinx pose. So you're going to come onto your hands and knees and eventually onto your elbows, extending your legs out and bring your belly down onto the floor. So your elbows are under your shoulders. They can come in front of you if it feels like that's too much compression in your lower back. You can also wing the elbows out a little bit more if you feel like it's a lot of compression or pain in the lower back. Okay, so you choose. The arms are parallel to one another. Palms are down. So relax your glutes and let your belly be heavy while your chest stays open. And if you feel like it's a little bit too much, there's pain in your lower back, you can gently activate the glutes and tuck your pubic bone and curl your pubic bone in towards the chin if that feels more supportive. If not, relax the glutes. The chest is open as you feel a gentle compression in the back. And your head could just be held here. If you feel like you need support for your neck, feel free to use a block to rest your forehead on. You could also just release your chin in while maintaining the frame here with your arms and feel that release and stretch in the upper back of the neck. Just breathe into the kidneys in the back of your body. shape. So you'll gently just wing the elbows out and create a pillow with your hands. Stack your palms and rest your forehead on the backs of the hands and just relax the lower half of the body. Let everything go. Give yourself a moment to just settle. Alright, and then we'll come up and prepare for dragonfly. So you're going to come onto your sit bones, also known as wide-legged forward fold. So come back to your sit bones and extend both legs out wide. You can always sit on a folded blanket or on a block if you feel like your hips are really rounded here. So open up your legs wide enough so that you feel some sensation, but not too much to where you can't hold the posture. If you have a bolster or a couch cushion, you're welcome to lay over it. Or if you want to use block or blocks to create something for your head to rest on. You want to keep the extension of the spine, and there's a natural tilt in the pelvis. So you're elongating as you walk forward, so you're not coming from a rounded place. There's that lengthening that's happening, and then from there you fold. So you either can come onto your elbows or your forearms if you don't have props. You can also stack your fists for your forehead. So you can get creative with what you have around you to bring the floor up to you. Once you find your position, and you could just close down your eyes or soften your gaze. Tune into your breath. Come back to your intention if you set one. Relax your shoulders and your jaw. Soften your belly. Just feel the opening, the tingling, the sensations in the inner lines of the legs and the groin. Relax your fingers and your toes. Inviting in presence. take your hands and assist your legs to close in front of you. You can just rub your hands on your legs and just bring some circulation back. You can bang on them, just gentle pounding, slapping. And then we'll come into dragon pose, also known as the lizard. So you're going to come in tabletop to get into that shape. Okay, and then we'll step the right foot forward. Your right ankle is under the right knee. And option one, you can stay with your hands on your right thigh as you sink the hips forward, relaxing the shoulders out of the ears. You can stay here, or you can take your hands down and frame your right foot. If the floor feels far, you can have hand blocks under your hands. So as you're here, you're sinking the hips forward without collapsing the chest. So you're not letting the chest collapse. There's still some length. Another option is to heel toe your right foot out to the side and bring your arms on the inside. Hands could be on the ground or on blocks. If you want to go even deeper, you can take your forearms to the ground or forearms to the block. Okay, so you choose your destination, and you want to choose something that is going to be not completely boring. So you still feel some sensations, but not overly stimulating where you can't breathe and you're just adding more tension, unnecessary tension. So you want to find that in-between space. Once you meet your edge, you can drop into your breath. You can just soften the gaze or close your eyes or eyes open, whatever helps you to stay present and in the body and in the breath. Use your exhales to help soften. And you want to find this sense of ease and surrender and effortlessness. To just pause. Maybe take your hands to your hip flexors, and you can feel the heat coming off the hip flexors here. Just moving energy, getting deep into the tissues. And then we're going to do a simple switch to the other side. So you're going to take your left foot forward and have your ankle under the knee. And then it's just like a little shimmy back of your right foot, so you're on the top of that right knee. And if you can always pad up your knee if you need to, if you need more cushion to feel that support. You can either stay here with the hands on the thighs, or hands on the blocks on either side, or maybe hands on the inside. maybe you're on your elbows or forearms. So you decide. And they're all just different variations. So again, you're sinking into the hips without collapsing the chest. And drop in and anchor into your breath, especially your exhales. Use your exhales to help you release. Again, you're finding that sense of ease and surrender. So you're not efforting your way through this. Breathing into your hips, your groin, your lower back, relax your jaw. Just come back to your hands nice and slowly. And when you're ready, you can just bring your left knee beside your right. Pause for a moment. Take your hands to your hips, your hip flexors, those nodes there. Just feel that heat, feel the sensation. Next shape that we'll come into is shoelace pose. So we're going to come onto the hands and knees, have a block or cushion close by, and we'll start with the right leg. So we'll lift the right leg off of the mat and cross your right leg completely in front of the left. And then walk your shins apart, and we're going to sit back in the space behind us. This is where you can grab a block or two and sit your bum back for support. You don't need the block if you don't need it. Or maybe about halfway you decide you feel like you've dropped in, you can then remove the block to the side. But it's a great way to find support. If this is feeling wonky in your knees, please feel free to separate the legs and have it more like shin stacked. If you have another block, you can always bring a block underneath and support that right leg from that space between the ground and your leg. Okay, so you can either stay upright here, you can hold your hands to your feet, maybe give yourself a little foot massage with your thumb, such a beautiful act of self-love, self-care, or maybe hands on the ground. If you would like to take a fold, you can start to walk the hands forward. You can melt your forehead down. Maybe you grab a block or a pillow and you place it on your knee and rest your forehead on the knee if the knee feels far. So you want to find your edge, your point of resistance, and that's where you begin. You can close down your eyes and then relax the shoulders, relax the jaw. Use your exhales as the vehicle to help you release, to move through the tension and any density or gripping. Your breath is there to help you, to serve you. See if you can find the courage to move through it rather than trying to avoid it or go around it or hoping it goes away. And to be an active participant in this process of surrender. start to unravel the legs. If you have a prop under you, remove the prop. And just take your feet down on the mat. Take your hands behind you. Knees are bent. Just pause for a second. Just feel that flow of energy in the legs. And then we'll give ourselves a little gentle windshield wipe from side to side. Come back to center. We're going to make our way back onto tabletop to move into the other side. So however you want to get back onto all fours. And then here we go. We're going to lift the left leg up. Left leg completely crosses over the right leg. Walk your shins apart and then sit back. Maybe you take a block or 2 blocks to sit on to start. And then notice here, the more you walk your feet apart, the deeper it's going to be. If you feel like your knees need to separate a little more, that's totally fine. Make sure there's no sharp pain. Okay, one side might feel totally different than the other. It might need support in a different way. Just check in. Maybe you stay upright. Maybe you fold, maybe it's a combination of both. So meet yourself where you're at. Just take a honest check-in with yourself. And just soften the shoulders, maybe close down your eyes, or soften the gaze, shifting inward. And drop into your breath. Use your exhales to relax the shoulders. Find that process of surrender. Just releasing and letting go into the shape and trusting in the support of the shape. Just tether your mind to your breath with the exhales. So that'll help to release and let go. Because a lot of it is just a block in the mind with the stories. So you'll notice as you let go, the longer that we're here, the more that the tension melts away and the deeper you can relax and fold into the shape. It's just the stories that are blocking us. Deep exhales whenever you need. start to prepare to come out of the shape. If you're in a fold, just start to lift your spine up. And we'll start to unravel the legs with care. If you have props under you, just remove the props and take your legs out with the knees bent, hands behind you. Just pause for a moment. Just let things adjust. And then take your feet out wide and just give yourself a gentle windshield wipe from side to side. So you're internally and externally rotating from the hip joint. You can give yourself a little puff into the chest, open up the spine, shoulders. Okay. And now we're going to come onto our backs for a supine twist. Make sure there's space behind you when you roll down. We'll take the legs into tabletop, arms out into a T with the palms up, and then drop your legs over to the left. Your left hand can hold on to the right thigh. Head could be center, or you can look over to your right for a full twist. Let your right shoulder get nice and heavy towards the ground, feeling that openness and expansion across the chest. Down the meridian, the channel of the right arm through the fingers. Maybe close down your eyes. Find ease and softness as you drop into the breath, receiving this twist, this deep sense of balance. Start to make our way back to center. Bring your legs to center, arms to center. And we'll do a simple switch to the other side. So bring your legs back up to tabletop. Release your legs over to the right. Have your right hand hold on to your left thigh. It's like a nice way to support the lower back. Left arm is out to the side, palm is up, externally rotating the shoulder. Let your left shoulder relax and get nice and heavy towards the ground, either head center or to the left for a full twist. And drop into your breath. Belly is soft. And just feel the warmth and the embrace of your inhales and the spaciousness of your exhales. Receive. slowly make our way back to center, placing both feet down onto the mat. And then the next shape we'll come into is supported bridge or supported waterfall. So you're going to take your block or your bolster or cushion, whatever you have. You're going to lift your hips up and place the block underneath your sacrum, your tailbone, that bony part above your glutes. And so if you have a block, you have 3 different settings. You have the first setting, the second setting, and the third setting might be a little bit high, but it's possible. So you can choose your setting here. And you can stay with your feet flat on the mat. Your arms could be by the side with the palms up, or maybe hands on the belly. Or if you prefer to have the arms up overhead to have a nice chest opener here, you're welcome to do that as well. Or if you want to bring your legs up for restorative waterfall, you can bring your legs up and find this effortless effort with your legs. So your choice, bridge or waterfall. You can close down your eyes if you haven't already, or soften the gaze and just shift inward. Just soften into your breath. Just feel that support of the prop beneath you, nourishing your lower back. Belly is soft. Start to feel this downward motion as we're in this gentle inversion, inviting in calm and groundedness and deep release. in supported bridge, you're going to gently press into the feet, engage your glutes, lift your hips up, then remove the prop away out to the side and let your tailbone sacrum come back to the ground. Pause for a moment and just receive that deep sense of groundedness. And then we'll pull the knees in towards the chest, giving ourselves a final hug before we come into Savasana. You can come in into whatever variation of Shavasana that you'd like. If you want to just come traditional, flat on the ground, you can extend your legs out. If you have a couple of blocks or cushions, you can place them underneath the backs of the thighs. If you want to take a supported heart opener as your Shavasana, you can do that as well. However you would like to end and complete your practice. Just let your ankles fall open, let your palms rest up so that we are receptive and open to receive this integration. You can close down your eyes, let your whole body just rest here. Just think heavy, heavy bones. Relax your breath. And just feel the echo of your practice in your body and your being. All that beautiful work. And this time is here for you to nourish yourself on such deep levels and layers, all the way to the deepest part of you, the center of you, the core of you. Resting in this deep ease and calm and spaciousness. Shavasana. just notice what it feels like to be at home in the center of your multidimensional being. And know that this place of deep ease and calm and spaciousness is always, always available to you. It is always there. It is your birthright. You can slowly and gently begin your return by deepening your breath. Letting your breath gently stretch you from the inside out. You can start to bring some movement back to your body. Maybe you move your wrists, your toes, your fingers, your ankles. Maybe you bring your arms up overhead for a nice big stretch. Point your toes. Bring your knees in toward you, give yourself a hug. Acknowledge your efforts and acknowledge yourself for showing up, taking this time for you to nourish yourself, to fill up your own cup. You can roll over onto one side and just pause on your side for a moment. Notice how this in-between space feels to you. Take a few deep breaths to your upper back. Time, in your own way, start to make your way upright to a comfortable seated position, just like we started practice. Sitting up nice and tall, long spine as the shoulders are soft, elbows soft, either palms up or palms down. Relaxed breath. Present. Come back to the intention if you have set one in the beginning of practice. Come back to your intention, or just come back to presence and breath. You can place a hand on your heart or both hands, or just place your attention in the heart space, in the light of your heart. Just feeling into gratitude. Gratitude for our breath. Gratitude for our bodies, our beautiful bodies, for allowing us to experience this life. Gratitude to be able to practice, to have the knowledge that we have. There's so much to be grateful for. So much. And just take a couple deep breaths into your heart space, into that energy of gratitude. And I thank you so much for your trust and for sharing your practice with me today. From my heart to yours, namaste.